Okay. How old are you and what university are you attending?
I'm 19 and I attend George Mason University.
Okay. How many hours a day do you spend on social media?
Um, I would say roughly like 6 to 8.
Okay. Which social media platforms do you use most frequently?
Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. How do you feel after spending time on social media?
Um, I usually feel like I just wasted a bunch of my time of the day doing stuff that isn't really important in my life.
Does it have an effect on you emotionally?
No, not at all. I think I'm desensitized to what I see on Instagram and TikTok and all the other social media platforms.
Okay. Okay, do you think social media has an impact on your self-esteem? If so, how?
I definitely think it does. When you see everybody living a lavish lifestyle and going to the gym and flaunting their richness, I think it definitely makes me question my self-abilities and self-confidence.
Okay. Can you describe any changes in your social interactions due to social media use?
Yeah, I'd say when I see others post things that I don't really like or accept or relate to, it definitely makes me judge them differently and treat them differently in person, especially what they're putting out there for the public to see. And I know them in a private sense, and it just changes my perception on them for sure.
Yeah. Okay, how has social media influenced your views on body image?
Um,
If it has.
I would say it has a little bit for me. Um, I, like I said, I'm desensitized to it, but when I definitely see like other men my age and my height and my weight putting on more muscle and having better bodies than me, I think it does affect me somewhat and makes me and it pushes myself to get there with them.
Yeah. Okay. Have you experienced cyberbullying or harassment on social media? If so, how did it affect you?
Um, I never have, I believe.
Okay. How often do you compare yourself to others on social media?
Um, I would say not a lot, especially not people my age, maybe people above me that are a little bit older and have a more structured lifestyle, maybe out of college, but I would say not a lot.
Okay. Have you ever felt pressured to portray a certain image or lifestyle on social media?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have. I would say as an athlete, you're definitely pushed to not share so much of your lifestyle. And you're not really supposed to share your political opinions or stuff like that. Maybe other people your age that are not athletes do, but you definitely have a more tranquil profile on whatever platform you use, just in case it gets out there for coaches to see. Um, yeah.
Okay. How does social media use affect your sleep?
It affects my sleep a lot. I usually can't fall asleep unless I'm on social media.
Okay.
Therefore, I usually spend hours upon hours at night, going to bed past midnight some days, just looking on social media, and it definitely affects when I wake up. Usually waking up later in the day and not being as focused as I am or mentally all there throughout the next day.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes in your mental health related to social media use?
Yeah, for sure. I think when I started high school and even when I started college, going on social media was definitely not the greatest thing for my mental health. Um, I definitely did what's the word? I definitely did compare myself to others. And I lost a sense of self-confidence early on. Therefore, I deleted Instagram and all the other platforms I had when I was younger.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, now it's just now there are residual effects to my mental health, but I feel like I can definitely disassociate from them.
I'm curious, did that make a difference deleting the apps?
Yeah, for sure. That was like during COVID and when I was still in high school. I definitely felt more at peace with myself and be able to work on myself more rather than viewing somebody's story or viewing a video that somebody posted like every day and not going to bed without watching it. And it was just it was a better state of mind for sure.
Yeah. Okay. How do you think social media has influenced your relationships with friends and family?
Um, I don't think it really has affected unless I mean I definitely lost some friends through social media with what they've posted and what we disagree on. But I
Mm.
mean as in regards to family, I mean my family doesn't really post a lot on social media and they accept what I post. I mean I don't post a lot. So I
Mhm.
mean we've kept a structured relationship.
Okay. Do you find yourself procrastinating on tasks because of social media? If so, what are the tasks that you're procrastinating on?
Yeah, I definitely do. It's usually writing essays. That's the big thing. If I'm writing an essay and I just get writer's block, I usually go to social media and that furthers my complications with writing.
Hmm.
And especially as a math major, if I'm working on an equation and I just get stuck like 4 or 5 steps down, I'll usually go on social media and that it just it makes everything worse.
Yeah. Okay. In your opinion, what are the positive and negative effects of utilizing social media on college students?
Um, I'd say the negative effects would be prioritizing social media over other things. I know most most people at my college um definitely have a preeminence of social media in their life. And what I mean by that is that they definitely think social media and posting every day is more important than their actual studies. They'll definitely major in something that's considered like not as useful as other majors just so that they have a better social life.
Mm.
Um, and I mean, I don't know how it has a toll on their mental health, but I know that the people that I do know that do that, they're not all there mentally. I'd say the positives, I know with clubs and stuff like that, it gets their message out quicker. Um,
Hmm.
and it does build a social life, especially for people who have worse social skills in person.
Hmm.
I mean, there are definitely more negatives and cons than there are positives.
Yeah. Okay, last question. What would be helpful messaging when attempting to raise awareness of the potential mental health behavioral effects from social media?
What would the message be?
Like helpful messaging, like are there ways to communicate and raise awareness of potential mental health effects from social media?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a lot of shopping, or this is a tangent, but I know a lot of shopping is based upon ads on social media. And I think
Hmm.
ads proclaiming the effects of mental health would definitely help. And I know I watched a video early on in my schooling days about how um, you're always drawn to the red little dot with the number of how many notifications you have. And I think
Hmm.
limiting that would definitely help getting a message out to major companies. Maybe changing the color. I know the color red has something to do with um, your mental health. I don't know what, I don't remember, but it definitely does. But yeah, getting ads out there and proclaiming the effects, the negative effects especially, would definitely help.
Okay. Thanks, Blake, so much for contributing.
Got you.
Oh.
Thanks, Miss Langer.